Hey, biology, Sean here. Today I'm going to be explaining the concepts of mitosis exactly on time. The first few questions are just a standard who, when, what, how, and like a why. I don't know. Let's start with the who does mitosis. Well, there are four kinds of living beings that do mitosis. There's animals, like you and I. There's plants, like not you and I. There are viruses, much like the things that when you get sick, and bacteria when you get sick. And you might be wondering, well, when does mitosis happen? That depends. That depends on what cell in your body is doing mitosis. For example, a skin cell. They all of your skin cells undergo mitosis in just a few days. However, cells in like your brain, your nerve cells, they're gonna take years, perhaps even lifetimes, to completely repair. And you might be wondering, well, this mitosis thing sounds kind of useless. I'm not going to do it. Well, you might be wondering, what's the purpose of mitosis? Usually, the purpose of mitosis is required. It's needed to keep the body fresh and repair, repair anything that the body, like let's say you get cut. Mitosis is the reason you can get uncut. Let's say, yeah. It's also as you shed more skin, and as all of your cells multiply, it prevents you from being sick. Before we move on to how mitosis happens, let's go into cell differentiation really quickly. Cell differentiation is the process of a cell changing into another cell. Let's say that this random crazy frog radio is you. But it's not you. It's you right after conception. You might be wondering, if I'm right after conception, surely I would only be one of these cells. That's right. We're going to say this entire crazy frog radio is one cell. That one cell is a muscle cell, let's say. You have many cells in your body, not just muscle cells. If you didn't have nerve cells, you couldn't think. If you didn't have heart cells, your heart wouldn't beat. If you didn't have lung cells, you couldn't breathe. If you didn't have skin cells, you couldn't skin. And much like, you need those cells. So, you change a simple crazy frog radio, a muscle cell, could become a cell for your eyes. This funny sunglasses from Crazy Frog Radio. Now, let's move on to how mitosis happens. Well, the cell cycle, the whole mitosis thing, it's quite an interesting process. To begin the cycle, we'll have a single somatic cell. So pretty much every cell that undergoes mitosis is a somatic cell. And if you take it under a microscope, you'll pretty much just see a dark circle in it. You might not believe me, but that's where all of your chromosomes are. I know. There are soon to be chromosomes within it, at least. there's going to be 46, to be exact. Vocabulary, am I right? This is what we would call interface. Cells spend a lot of time in interface, a majority of the time, in fact. It's the phase right before the cell begins the process to divide. The parent cell then grows in a process of G1, the first third of interface. As it grows, it duplicates its 46 cells into 46 times 2 cells. And you might be thinking, what? Why would my cells just, more? Get to that. Yeah, it duplicates the number of chromosomes. And then, afterwards, it translates into prophase, the next phase after interphase of mitosis. During prophase, the number of chromosomes are not but a strand of DNA. Take a microscope to it, and you'll just see lines. But these are to become your chromosomes in due time. The strands form chromosomes using 2 chromatids each. If you'll notice, a chromosome, it looks like it has 2 strands going out. Each of those is a chromatid. The next phase is metaphase. During this phase, chromosomes, we'll be calling them diploids for now, are attached to spindle fibers coming off 2 centrioles, as you can see here. These pull on the diploids enough so to split apart. These diploids, these now split apart diploids, are called haploids. This is anaphase. The next phase, telophase, is when the haploids come together to form identical groups of chromosomes. After that, cytokinesis begins, splitting the cell in 2 to form the daughter cells. A bonus note, in case you forgot what I said on Friday. Humans produce around 6.6 metric tons of skin in their entire life. Have a good day, biology man.